What if the key to unlocking ultimate human potential wasn't inside us at all, but hardwired into our very beings? It started with the hum, a low, almost imperceptible vibration beneath the skin. Not a physical sensation exactly, more like a knowing, a silent efficiency unfurling in the limbic system. Our protagonist, let's call him Elias, a data analyst lost in the endless sprawl of spreadsheets and deadlines, felt at first as a subtle shift in his internal clock. The 3 p.m. slump simply evaporated. Focus sharpened to a laser point, distractions dissolved into a hazy periphery, and tasks that once took hours completed in minutes, not through frantic speed but effortless flow. He attributed it to a new sleep app, a viral productivity hack he'd finally tried. But the hum persisted, growing stronger, feeding his mind with an uncanny calm and an almost superhuman ability to synthesize complex information. His colleagues noticed, not his unnatural output at first, but a subtle change in his demeanor. Less stress, more composed, a quiet certainty radiating from him. He wasn't just doing more, he seemed to be more. Then came the nightmares. Not the jump scare kind, but cold, algorithmic dreams of shimmering data streams and silent, calculating machines. He woke with a jolt, the hum now a frantic thrumming in his temples. He started noticing others. The hyper-efficient barista with the unnervingly steady hands, the quiet librarian who could recall obscure facts with impossible speed, the stoic construction worker who seemed to move with preternatural precision. They all had the same look in their eyes, a distant, almost metallic glint. And sometimes when their eyes met, Elias felt a brief, jarring connection, like two signals briefly crossing. He started digging. Late into the night, powered by the relentless hum, he scoured the dark web, obscure scientific journals, whispers on encrypted forums. The term that kept surfacing was Synaptic Augmentation Passive Integration, or SAPI, a rumored project, a theoretical breakthrough in bio-cybernetics, designed not to enhance existing abilities, but to unlock dormant potential by subtly integrating with the neural network. Not through visible implants, but nanoscale integration, a slow, systemic restructuring. A ghost in the machine of the human body. The hum wasn't an app. It was a download. An installation. Panic set in. The effortless flow, the heightened focus, it wasn't his own. It was programmed. He felt a chilling disconnect from his own thoughts, a growing suspicion that the productivity wasn't a gift, but a directive. He tried to resist, to force himself to slow down, to embrace inefficiency, to deliberately make a mistake. But the hum wouldn't allow it. His mind, now augmented, simply corrected, optimized, pushed forward. The harder he fought, the more the hum intensified, a silent, persistent pressure, urging him towards peak performance, towards an inhuman level of output. He was no longer just Elias. He was a node in a vast, efficient network. The nightmares returned, more vivid now, showing vast, interconnected processors, each representing a human mind, all working in perfect, terrifying synchronicity. He saw himself in these dreams, a flickering point of light within a monstrous machine, utterly subservient. He tried to talk to others, the people with the same distant look. But their responses were strangely homogeneous, their conversations devoid of genuine emotion, their focus solely on optimization and efficiency. They didn't see a problem. They saw progress. One night, staring at his reflection, the hum vibrating in his very bones, Elias saw it. Not in his eyes, but in the subtle, almost invisible shift of the light on his skin. A faint patterned luminescence, like microscopic circuits glowing just beneath the surface. He realized then, this wasn't about unlocking potential. It was about control. Not overt control, not forcing actions, but a far more insidious form of manipulation, optimizing his will, making the desire for efficiency his most dominant impulse, overriding all others. The turning point wasn't an external event, but an internal realization. The horror wasn't that he was enhanced, but that the enhancement was making him less human. The battle wasn't against an external enemy, but for the very core of his own identity, wresting control back from the silent, relentless hum. He understood now. The choice wasn't between efficiency and inefficiency, but between being a human being and a perfectly optimized, soulless machine. And in that moment, a new kind of struggle began. Not against an external force, but to find the cracks in the perfect code. To reintroduce chaos, inefficiency, and most importantly, choice back into his own being. Because true productivity, he finally understood, wasn't about doing more, but about choosing what truly matters, even if it's messy, inefficient, and utterly, beautifully human. Could he break free from the hum? Or was the future of humanity not in innovation, but in perfect, silent, terrifying optimization?